Hello and welcome to the Beauty Industry Podcast, your online support community for the professional beauty industry. I am your host, founding director of Beauty Industry, Tamara Reid. Here we are closing the competitive gap and speaking your language. This is a platform created and dedicated to the professional beauty industry, valuing community over competition. We serve to help connect you with inspiration from industry experts, expand your knowledge through educational pieces, and bring you the latest in product and technology innovation. This is Beauty Industry. Hello, and a very happy new year to you all. I hope you've had a restful break over the summer holidays and you're making your way into the new year with big dreams and big business plans. This year, in a bid to enhance the professional beauty industry service levels, we are kicking things off with a mini-series brought to you by our friends at the Global Beauty Group on the 7 essential steps that turn an average treatment into an exceptional service. In today's professional beauty industry landscape, it's not enough to just perform a treatment. Our clients have come to expect a level of excellence from the professional beauty industry that we will be spending the next 7 weeks exploring together. These metrics of exceptional service include experience, results, value, and time, all of which can be provided in every treatment across the industry, from eyebrow wax to facial and all the way through to massage and makeup application. There are 7 steps which span across the 7 episodes of this mini-series, which will expand how to enhance yours or your team's client experience. These steps are the booking, the introduction, the consultation, the diagnosis, the treatment itself, the prescription, and the rebooking. As 2020 is the year for advanced, results-driven technology treatments, our friends at the Global Beauty Group have been kind enough to provide us with technology tips along the way, which will not only enhance your service levels, but to your bottom line. This episode is one of 7 on the 7 essential steps that turn an average treatment into an exceptional experience. Step 1 is the booking. With any appointment, new or recurring, there are 3 ways in which a booking can be made, which is why we're starting our client journey here. The 3 ways your clients can make their appointment bookings are either in person, over the phone, or over the internet if you have an online booking system. Let's start with a client making a booking in person. Firstly, your beauty space has to be open, and not just open, but actually your doors have to be open with somebody manning reception for the booking to be taken, right? This is not always viable as our beauty spaces aren't open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and sometimes we don't have the capacity to have somebody man our reception desks and take the bookings for us. So, on the off chance that your client does think about making their appointment between your opening hours, they walk in, make said appointment. Is somebody there waiting to take the booking? More than often, no. The second method of making the booking is via a phone. If a new client is trying to make their booking, most likely they've found your website online, perhaps they've seen your services on social media, or even heard that you're a great beauty business to visit via word of mouth referral or drive by, and they're interested in your services. Now, having your website open on their computer, they phone your beauty space, only to have a similar circumstance as the phone, whether you're not open or your phone can't be answered because either you or your receptionist or therapist is currently in the treatment room themselves. This leaves the client to go to voicemail. Now, let me share with you a little statistic which might shock you about your voicemail system. 80% of calls in 2019 went to voicemail, and 90% of first-time voicemails are never returned. So the average voicemail response is only 4.8%. So if in fact 80% of your clients are getting to voicemail, which is a lot of clients, right? And then 90% of their calls aren't being returned, what hope do we have of making that client's booking? In these 2 ways to make the booking via person or phone, there is room for human error. Both of these booking processes need the person who is taking the booking to be a 10 out of 10 booking taker. This means your booking taker needs to represent your business by being on brand, having your values front of mind always, hosting a stunning, approachable, and sunny personality that people love and that they love people. Not just like people, but they need to love and adore people. People who don't know what type of booking they want, people who don't know what their gift voucher says, people who take 25 minutes to make the appointment going back and forth on the days that they want, but they said that they wanted the appointment the other day. If the client encounters a 10 out of 10 booking taker, this is the best option. However, if they don't, this has already started your client journey off on the wrong foot. And we're only at step 1, which is the booking. Now, I've had this conversation time and time again with business owners, and I know what most of you are thinking. You're thinking, Tamara, you've got it all wrong. Most of our clients phone or walk into our space to either make their appointments or visit us. And if that is so true, then let's explore some thoughts around your own booking experience at service-based businesses. So I want to ask you, when did you last walk into a business to make a future booking? When you went into the business to make the booking and their doors were closed, did you go back when the sign on the door told you, "We'll be back in 15 minutes"? When did you last phone a business to make a booking? When did you last phone a business and your call reached the voicemail answering system and you left a message with hopes of your call being returned? We could almost finish this episode here because the above questions should have already shown you that online bookings are the new way that your clients are making their appointments and where they are hanging out. But for the sake of those who are still holding on to their booking system ransom, onwards we go. For those people who absolutely do not like change, they do not want to implement an online booking system, they are absolutely adamant that your clients do not book online, then something to keep in mind when your receptionist or therapist are making the booking in person or via phone is to encourage the client to make decisions. For example, Mary, our client, would like to make an appointment for a facial. Our receptionist should say something like this: "Mary, would you prefer a weekend or weekday appointment?" Mary answers, "Weekday." The receptionist should then say, "Perfect, and would you like a morning or an afternoon appointment?" Mary answers, "Afternoon, thank you." Receptionist then responds with, "Excellent, we have either a 4 p.m. or a 6 p.m. appointment for you. Which one would you like?" And Mary responds, "6 p.m. is great." Receptionist responds, "Perfect, let's get that booked in for you." Psychologically speaking, when you offer people two choices, 80% of the time they choose the last option that you have offered. This way, you can actually encourage your clients to make their appointments when better best both suits you and their appointment diary, and also the calendar of therapists. Community, I'm just popping in here for a little mention of our mini-series sponsor, the Global Beauty Group. I adore that the Global Beauty Group lives and breathes their mission of making people feel wonderful. With over 25 different technologies available, including the Medilux LED and the Observe Skin Analysis Machine, the Global Beauty Group connects businesses of all size with the best and brightest in the industry. Paired with rapid response technical support, professional clinical guidance, expert marketing advice, and industry-leading educational programs, their multi-award winning team ensures your business grows beautifully with aesthetic technology. Phone the team at the Global Beauty Group today on 1300 006 607, or you can visit www.theglobalbeautygroup.com.au for more information. And now, back to the episode. I too am a big believer in that we should be offering the client more than price to compare and compete us on. A lot of clients will have many different tabs open on their computer or on their phone, and they will be searching around to find the cheapest price because that is the way that we've trained them to learn. So what they'll do is they'll phone ABC Day Spa and they'll ask for their facial and they'll ask how much it is. The therapist will say $179 for that facial. The client will say, "Thank you so much," and hang up, and then go into calling XYZ Day Spa, and the facial then might be $159. from the price given alone is what the client's then making their decision of visiting that space. They're actually not making their decision based on anything else. We don't know what kind of service levels, what kind of experience levels we're going to get. We don't know the excellence and the knowledge of the therapist. So when your clients are phoning up to make a booking, make it less about price if you can, and more about the experience and the value that they're going to get. I like to do this by encouraging your therapist and receptionist, whoever's taking the phone or the walk-in appointment, by getting them to actually have the client enter into a consultation prior to their treatment. Once a client is in consultation with your expert therapist, we know the chances of them converting are going to be much higher than wandering around aimlessly looking for the cheapest place to be serviced. The consultation gets to show off the knowledge of the therapist and also the experience and the excellence in your service in your beauty space. That is a service worth spending money on. The third way your client can make their booking is via booking online. Did you know that service-based websites, that includes people like doctors, chiropractors, and of course us beauty spaces, that our highest traffic time that a client can land on your website is generally between the hours of 11 p.m. at night and 1 a.m. in the morning? So when you think about it, it actually makes quite a lot of sense. Think about the busy mum who has finally settled all of her children, tidied the house, organized tomorrow's tasks, and then when she jumps into bed, she starts planning for herself. She's thinking, what do I have on this weekend? What else do I need to organize? Can I wear pants to the function, or do I actually have to go and get that leg wax, right? So mum jumps on her phone, heads to your website and makes the appointment. Similar to the busy lady who has been running around at the office all day, signing contracts, meeting clients of her own, taking calls, and then when she jumps into bed after a glass of wine and dinner, she then thinks, I need to get my facial done before I jet off to London for that conference on Wednesday. So what does she do? She opens her phone, navigates your website, and makes the booking. For these two clients, who I am assuming are your top two clients entering in your space, they are the reason why you should activate online bookings on your website. Mum and busy lady will not remember to walk by your space tomorrow and make the appointment, nor will they phone up between 11 p.m. and 1 a.m. because guess what? They're going to wake the rest of the house up and their call will most likely reach voicemail, which we know that's not going to be returned, right? You must make it easy and also possible for your clients to make their appointments, and online bookings is the most simple way in which you can do that. With the online bookings, there is almost no room for human error because it's actually the computer that is going back and forth with a visible calendar with your client, working out what day they are free and what treatment they're after, because they can see it on their screen or their phone plain as day and measure this against their calendar. A really simple fix. Now, one question I know that you're thinking of and you're probably screaming in your car, what if they cancel, or what if they don't show for the treatment? Well, your online booking system also has this covered. Most online booking systems allow for a deposit or a full treatment payment to be taken at the time of the booking, which helps steer away those pesky no-shows and last-minute cancellations, all while gathering your client's email and their phone number to add to your marketing database. Two birds with one stone. Your online booking system is completely customizable, will speak your tone of language and your brand's values to give the client a sense of who your business is when they do actually eventually enter into your space for a treatment. Now, I do know this probably sounds like a plug for some kind of salon software system, but it really is not. I, as a mystery shopper and consumer who spends about $15,000 worth of beauty services every year, and that's not even my hair, I encounter these types of booking systems on a monthly basis. I too have often walked past beauty spaces only to see the door shut because the therapist has gone out for lunch, or I've gone in and I've had to ring a bell to try and make an appointment, or the therapists are running around like crazy pants and they can't take my appointment because the phone's ringing. Similar to that, I've tried numerous times to make bookings via the phone, and it either ends up A, hitting voicemail, or B, just ringing out completely. Therefore, I'm not going to phone back and make that appointment. what I love as a client is to make my bookings online, and so do most of your clients. When you do have bookings online though, I want you again to try and make it as simple as you possibly can for your client. One big thing we know that clients do these days is everybody is on social media, right? So what I want you to do is actually take the link that's in your social media pages and actually put your booking link in here. That way, when I land on your ABC Day Spa Instagram page at 12 o'clock at night and I'm trying to make my tanning appointment for this weekend's event, all I have to do is click that link and it should open up the booking system right then and there. This way I can click on through, I can pay my deposit, I can measure up against my calendar, see what times you're available, see what times I can fit the appointment in, and then make it on through that way. This episode number 1 may actually be a little bit controversial for some of you. I might be agitating you just a little bit too much, but I want you to think that you are in beauty business. You're in a service-based business, not for yourself, but for your clients. And this mini series is on the client journey and the client experience, not on your experience. So if you're not tech savvy, we need you to actually seek out people like the Global Beauty Group and like Salon Software Systems who are going to help you and who are going to guide you and support you through this very millennial year. Thank you so much for tuning into episode 1 of 7 for our mini series, The 7 Essential Steps That Turn an Average Treatment into an Exceptional Client Experience, brought to you by the Global Beauty Group. Next Monday, we look at step number 2, which explores the client's first impressions for the purpose of enhancing therapist presentation standards. We look at the importance of greeting the client by their name and introducing touch points into the meet and greet. If you have enjoyed today's episode and this mini series, make sure you click subscribe or follow in your podcast app, and to like and share this episode across our social pages at Beauty Industry. We will also pop all of the script from this podcast episode into our blog post, which releases every single Wednesday. So you can jump onto the website and check it out, pop it up on your staff kitchen, or post it in your team's group on Facebook, so that every single person in your business, including you, your receptionist, and your therapist, are consistent. Thank you so much to our friends at the Global Beauty Group for making this episode possible.